good afternoon to you, and we welcome one and all to the official PFC 32 press conference and Q&A session. What's going on, Frisco? Let's hear it. I apologize to everyone who's watching out there live. They just got here, so it's going to take a little while for them to warm up. But let's go ahead and let's talk about what's happening tomorrow here at the Comerica Center, home of the Dallas Stars, and just outside of the great city of Dallas, Texas. PFC 32 is going to be going down live on PFC On Demand. Now, there's so many different ways that you could check this out. You could check this out on Roku, Amazon, Google Play, and Apple TV. So just make sure that you sign up PFC On Demand at peakfighting.com. Now, joining us on stage are going to be all of our athletes that are going to be representing on the main card tomorrow night, and we've actually got two fighters that are representing us at the top of the prelim card. So we've got just so much going on. We have two title fights coming your way, and our main event, oh, you guys are going to have some fun because that is going to be an awesome rematch from PFC 30, and I think that you guys know, but there's no point in me talking and introducing the fighters, because we're going to do that in just a little bit at the official PFC 32 weigh-in show. So to take you through the rest of the PFC press conference, I'd like to bring up to the mic the president of Peak Fighting, Johnny Ross.
Hey everyone, thanks for coming. We're going to take some questions. Excited about tomorrow night. Excited to be back in Frisco. It's going to be a big crowd. Not many good seats left, so if you didn't get your tickets, I'd go get them now. If not, if you can't make it, download the app and get the pay-per-view. But we'll start taking questions. Let's get the show on the road.
Johnny, good to see you, brother.
You too, man.
First question, Amber, fighting at super atom weight, which is not something a lot of promotions get to do, so you don't have a ton of opportunities. I know you fought up a weight a good few times. How does it feel getting to fight at your natural weight class, and how did it feel after you got that viral reversal submission in this last fight? How are you feeling coming into this one?
The viral video was cool. I definitely didn't expect it. I still get messages of like, how'd you do that? And I'm like, I have no idea. But no, I feel really good. I think I'm still naturally an atom weight fighter, so if y'all ever decide to throw 105 in there, please call me. But 110's cool. 110's cool. I like the weight class. I still have to do a little bit of a cut, but it's not bad. I still feel fantastic the day of weigh-ins, and you know, I'm excited to get back in there and give y'all another good show.
Hell yeah. Next up, Xavier. Fantastic performance in your last fight, steamrolling that guy. You were fighting a much taller opponent. How does that have you feeling coming into this title fight for Peak right now?
Normal. Like I said, I was going to beat his ass, and I beat his ass. It's going to be no different Saturday. Everybody talks about tall this, tall that. Everybody's the same when they're laying on the ground. So I'm going to put his ass in the dirt tomorrow.
Love it, absolutely. Mr. Guzman, we haven't seen you in MMA cage in a little bit. Good to see you. What improvements have you made coming back and stepping into the cage? And how are you feeling taking on this fight in semi-short notice? I know we're doing it at catch weight.
I'm feeling good, man. I got a good camp. You know, I'm out with Mark De La Rosa now, and he's really helped me just elevate as far as the MMA goes, as far as the grappling, jiu-jitsu. I've been doubling up on my jiu-jitsu over there at Genesis. So yeah, man, I'm ready to show MMA. I've been striking still, you know, I've been kickboxing, Muay Thai, so now I'm ready to put it all together in here tomorrow night.
Love it, brother. KV, Chris Vereen, coming off a fantastic fight between you and Mr. Cuts up here. What do you feel you could have improved on this last fight? Have you implemented those things coming into this one? Same question for Mr. Cuts.
I feel like it just wasn't me. It was my first time going 5.5s, which you do that in the gym, but honestly, if it's your first time doing it, it's kind of like, damn, this sucks, you know?
Yeah.
Something to get used to for sure. But definitely we worked on that, pushing the threshold, you know, just going until I couldn't no more. Oh man, I'm tired. Okay, so what? You may get tired in the fight. So I didn't have a day off. I took literally maybe Monday evening off, but then I got right back to training the following Tuesday after the fight. So it's been a workload. It's been a workload. But as for last fight, that's over with. You're only as good as your last fight, and I just didn't feel like myself. Overall, I just, I don't know. But I'm ready to definitely showcase against a high-level fighter again. Once again, it's not an easy fight, man. The guy's still dangerous. He's respectable in the community. He's respectable all over. He's a prospect. So this is going to be more of a challenging opportunity, and this is why I do it, to take the challenging opportunities. Don't shy away from it. Just go out there and be great.
Absolutely love it. Mr. Cutts, nice suit. Same question back to you, brother.
I don't see many people ever get an immediate title rematch. So I think maybe the promotion saw it a little bit different than the judges saw it. I'm excited to try to solve the problem tomorrow. And that's what this whole camp's been about, is how do I solve the problem? Better game planning, better boxing rounds with a good boxing coach who, again, game planning. Better MMA rounds with some of my training partners, doubling up practices more often, being able to have people come over to the gym at night. I coach full time. I normally just train in the mornings, but I have a good team over at Fitness Fight Factory Hazlitt at the location, so I've really been leaning on my team to be able to let me train in the evenings instead of coaching as much. So I've done a lot of things differently. I think the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. I didn't do the same thing this camp. I worked harder this camp. I put more effort in, but I'm very excited to fight Chris. Again, respectable guy, respected in the community. I think we're both doing this for the same reasons, that we're trying to build our community stronger. We practice what we preach, we do what we teach, and we let it all out in the cage. And I'm very excited to do that tomorrow.
Love it, absolutely. Yeah. Natalia, good to see you back for Peak. Obviously, you've been here a few times. With this run you're going on with the promotion, what are you thinking? If you get the win this weekend, are we calling for a title shot? What are we doing?
Yeah, that's the plan. Is I'm going to go out there, show the level I'm at, and that I really should have another opportunity at that belt. You know, obviously anybody willing to step in the cage is not someone to take lightly. I'm definitely not taking Jasmine lightly, and I know she's going to bring the heat, so I'm ready to go on and put a show on for you guys.
Love it. Johnny, a few questions for you. Obviously, you've been innovating the regional scene in all aspects, such as bringing on this super atomweight division, how you treat your fighters, how you promote. Not a lot of places do press conferences. My question to you is, what are the next steps in innovation for Peak that you are showing your advancements over all these other regional promotions?
Some of our next steps include some crazy stuff, but I would say we're looking at doing 4-ounce Muay Thai. If we can't do it in Texas, we're just going to do it in a different state.
Sounds great.
And then we might look at some other stuff I'm not going to announce. But, man, we're just trying to expand out of Texas, too. So we're looking to expand up north even a little bit. So, pretty much just expanding and then getting more content on the app, give people more stuff to watch, and put on amazing fights everywhere. So that's what we're trying to do.
Love it. Two more for you. One more. After Colton Loud's last win, we're seeing this kid go on an absolute tear. 5 fights, 5 finishes, the 125-pound champ. You recently unified his belt. What do you have planned for him next? I know how many people say no to this kid. Are you having to look externally from other parts of the country? Are you having to look out of country? What's the game plan for him?
The game plan, man, honestly, is get him a tough opponent. Obviously, every time we've tried, he's just made everything look easy, which he shouldn't have, because a lot of people are like, they're not tough opponents. They are tough opponents.
Absolutely.
He's finished some tough guys. Yeah, we're gonna have to bring someone in from far. That person's not gonna come out of this area, and we're looking to book him in January. Probably January we'll see Colton, and then if he wins that, it's probably his last fight with us, I would say.
Love it. One more for you, and that is, obviously we had Malik Lewis just appear on the Contender Series. Didn't go the way we wanted it to him. Have you talked to him? What is 2024 looking like for him? I know he's pretty prepared to fight.
Yeah, so we actually have a pretty big fight booked for him later in 2024. So we can't officially announce that yet because the contracts aren't signed, but it's actually a UFC vet, so we're excited about that matchup. But it's a done deal. We just got to get the contracts signed and all that taken care of.
Love it. And with the super atomweight division and whatnot, are you looking at adding other divisions into this and doing something and filling that need a bunch of fighters in different weight classes have? Personally, I would love to see a cruiserweight male division at 195. I think that's a giant gap between 85 and 205. But are you looking to just give those fighters that don't have that potential with other organizations that have limited weight classes? Are you looking to add more in?
We actually discussed like even 220. So we've discussed some other options. We're not scared to do anything, so we'll do it. People are like, why are you doing the 110 division? It was like, I'm not interested in 105s. And if they can at least do 110, they got a better chance to be at 115. It's a little easier for them to get to the 115 mark. So, and these girls don't really have much of a future at 105 unless it's one. They're not going to go to the UFC at 105. So we're just trying to bridge that gap a little bit, and then maybe we end up doing a Grand Prix at the 110 division next year, like a big Grand Prix for them.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Last question is actually for Ring Girl Mendy. If you don't have plans tonight, how's dinner sound? Sorry, that's last for you.
That's a good question.
All right, guys. Wow, that was actually very interesting right there. I love those questions. Thanks, sir. We got time for a few more, so please, anybody else who's got something, make your way up.
Pull that down about 1.5 feet. Just a couple questions. He actually asked a few of the questions that I wanted to, so I'll go back over just a few people who didn't get a point on that, which was first, Kobe. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm extremely excited to watch your debut. I've had the honor to watch a lot of your fights, including you enter a heavyweight Grand Prix. So it's very exciting to see you at the weight class I think you belong at, 185. How excited are you to make your professional debut with Peak, and how excited are you to do so at the correct weight class?
So, first off, glory to God. Secondly, I'm not sure if this is my correct weight class. If we're talking about a 195, I'll gladly fight for both. Oh. Gladly. As far as my opponent goes, he is a 10-fight veteran, and that's not typically ideal for someone taking their first professional fight, but that's one of the reasons that I signed with Peak, is because I don't want the easy route. I want to put on great fights against great opponents. Absolutely. So I believe that I'm in the right place, and I'm just as excited as you are to see what's going to happen tomorrow. Absolutely. Well, best of luck to you tomorrow. A few other questions coming over here to Mr. Julio Cesar. Okay, now, I was super hyped. I hyped this fight up the last time. I might have overhyped it, and then the outcome was pretty disappointing, I think, for everybody involved. So I don't think we have to disagree there. I think all parties were a little disappointed. But what can you do to set yourself above this time and make sure that we don't get the finish that happened this last time?
Well, I've been training as hard as I could for this fight. Mm-hmm. So now I won't leave it for the judge. I'm going to make sure this is not going to happen again.
And what was your feelings, in the cage as you're there? It seemed like you were starting to kind of get a little bit of momentum going, and it just kind of ended. Did you feel like it was a fair stoppage, or did you feel like, the fight?
It wasn't fair stop, though. It wasn't, but it is what it is. Everybody see different, So I'm here just everybody else should put on the show and give a good fight for everybody.
Absolutely. Best of luck, sir. Yep. To your opponent, 80, kind of the same, man. Super hyped, still super hyped. I'm about it. I like seeing the big boys go together. You were really, really confident in coming into this last fight that you were going to be able to finish and finish quickly. That obviously was not the outcome, kind of got the refs involved and things didn't go the way we wanted. How did you see that playing out, and what have you done to make sure it doesn't happen again?
In the last, So I would say, like, you know, it obviously wasn't ideal for the whole entire thing. You know, it was hyped up, and you know, everybody was looking forward to go out a certain way. And you know, I mean, it is what it is. How everything turned out, how it turned out. I can't do anything about that. You know, but I've definitely been able to look inward and really focus on what I can do about the opportunity that I have now. So I'm just thankful for the beer. I'm thankful for the opportunity. You know, I did a lot of soul searching, you know, over this course of the time of us trying to make this fight happen again. And I mean, yeah, just thankful for the opportunity, for Pete being able to bring me back. And I'm looking to be able to have the same mission. I got the same mission in mind, and just to be able to prove myself. And I'm just thankful for the opportunity. Giving glory to God to be able to get this opportunity, and then being able to maximize on that opportunity. So, yeah, that's just what it is. So, just looking forward to being able to put my best foot forward and let y'all know that, you know, I'm here to stay. So,
Awesome. And moving to our co-main event, or I believe our co-main or main, I'm not sure which one. I know we've had some moving around. But going first to Mr. Alves, I know that we had a late switch there, you know, coming in the last 2 weeks, getting a new opponent. How does that change your training, if at all? And we're very excited to have you make your debut here at Peak.
Hi guys, how are you? So first place, I just want to thank God is everything for me. All about your question, so I feel very happy for that's the opportunity he's fighting here in Texas. So my last fight here in Texas for in UFC. So now I feel very happy. So in my opponent, because my next opponent he's out, you know, he's out. So I train hard every day, man, for that moment. I don't like talk shit. I like to do. Tomorrow, everybody will see this.
Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Best of luck, sir. Moving back to probably the best 5-round championship bout I've had the pleasure of sitting cage side for. First to Mr. Cutts. I know that coming into the cage, I could tell after the decision was read, you and your coach were visibly surprised. What was it about that fight that you felt like you dominated, and how do you think you can make sure the judges see the same thing that you and your coach saw?
I felt like I had cage control. I definitely don't feel like you can win a fight when you're running backwards. I felt like I had good cage pressure. I thought I was ahead in the rounds. The biggest thing I would change last fight is pressure in the 5th round. But again, I thought I was winning, and it's hard to know what to do sometimes in there because you see it from only your perspective. You don't get to see it from the judge's perspective. The judges are sitting down cage side, sometimes 20 feet away. Maybe they don't see some of the small strikes and some of the work that I'm doing up against the cage. A lot of this camp has been about finding those finishes and making sure that it doesn't go 5 rounds.
Gotcha. And right across to your opponent, the champ, being 9-0, being undefeated, being at the top of the division, obviously you have a target on your back. Fighting one of the toughest 5-round fights that we've had the pleasure of seeing, and as you said, it being your first 5-round fight, how do you think you make this adjustment coming in against a guy you've already beat, and now you know the pace of that 5 rounds?
Just doing everything that we can do. Of course, like he said, not to go 5 rounds, but this is a whole new fight to me. In my opinion, last fight, it's over. I'm not thinking about that fight. So there's a whole new game plan. There's a whole new me. And me and him are both looking for the finish, obviously, because, I mean, nobody wants to be boring in a 5-5. He doesn't want to go 5-5. I don't want to go 5-5. So I've just been really working my butt off, honestly. I worked hard this camp. I work hard every camp, but every camp gets more and more intense for me. And I know what I'm up against, so it was very intense for me. I had good days, I had bad days. Those are the days you gotta have in your camp. If you're having all good days in your camp, you might wanna rethink some stuff.
Absolutely.
You know? So I definitely grew a lot this camp, and it's not the same game plan, and it's not the same me as it was last fight. So you'll be seeing a whole new me.
Awesome. And my last question, last 2 questions. First to Mr. Xavier Franklin. Coming in a 3-1, 1-0 in Peak with a absolutely dominant performance in your debut. Did you expect to see yourself in a title fight so soon? And if so, what is your plans with that title moving forward?
Shout out Craig. He knows what he's talking about. I was listening to commentary on my last fight. He knows MMA. He knows what's going on. So
I appreciate
I love
it.
that
Thank
guy.
you. I try.
But yes and no. Like in my eyes, I'm already the champion. So when they're like, "Oh, you're fighting for the title," I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, I'm defending my belt. Let's go." But no, it doesn't really change anything for me. Like it's all still the same shit. Like he fought Corey and went to a decision and lost. I fought Corey and stopped him in the first round. I mean, he knows what's gonna happen. He's just hoping to survive. You're gonna see, because he's gonna fight to survive. I mean, Corey thought he could get it done. A bunch of other people out here, y'all thought he could get it done too. That shit didn't happen. So it's not gonna happen again. So keep wishing. When I get the belt and the new, we'll talk to Johnny, go forward, and just see what we do from there.
Best of luck. And to your opponent, Mr. Mateo Gonzalez.
Don't ask him any questions.
Well, I'm
he
sorry,
doesn't
man.
need any.
I have
fucking
to.
kill you.
He doesn't need any. You'll kill me?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna rip your fucking head off.
I'm gonna rip your head off. You haven't ripped anybody's head off in
Yeah,
any
shut the
fight,
fuck
bro.
up.
In any fight.
Yeah.
So I don't think there
In
needs
any
to be a
fight.
question. I think the
Exactly.
answer is
Yeah.
how do you respond
How's
to
the
your
weight
opponent's
cut? How's the weight
comments?
cut?
It's unfortunate I didn't make weight for
It's
this
unfortunate.
fight. But pushing
Fuck
all that
outta
shit to
here.
the side. The belt would have been cool. But I got a job to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this guy for fucking 10 weeks. Now I finally get to go in there
Of course
and
you've
rip
been
his
thinking
fucking
about
head
me.
off.
Look at
I
him.
gotta
He wants to
fucking-
beat
I
me.
gotta fucking
He got the
kill him.
suit on. You know,
Y'all
P
gonna
can't
see
give
a
him one.
fucking murder tomorrow.
He got the
Think of
suit.
this
He
as
got
your
the suit
funeral
on. He got
service,
the glass.
dog.
He want to beat
You're
me. He
fucking
my
going
son.
down.
He my son.
Hey, best of luck tomorrow,
He my
gentlemen.
son.
Let's go.
He my son.
Corey was scared of
Hey,
you.
look
I'm
at
not.
him. He
I'm
don't
gonna
even
fuck you
believe that.
up.
He don't even believe that shit he's saying. Come on now. He don't believe
You
that
ain't
shit. Look at
doing
him laughing.
shit.
He moving this shit. He nervous. Stop it.
I want to fucking kill you.
I'm a motherfucking problem, and you know it.
Yeah, you're a motherfucking
Your
bitch.
coach knows I'm a problem too.
You ain't doing
I ain't
shit
gotta
tomorrow.
outthink you. I gotta outthink
Boy,
your coach.
You better pack a fucking lunch. It's gonna be a long night.
Pack a lunch? Come on, bro. Stop it. Stop it. That ugly ass red jumpsuit.
Hey, this shit flies.
Want to
fuck,
be in
dog.
a fly?
Yeah.
What?
You already
2000?
know.
2000? Nigga dressed like Chingy.
Boy,
Fuck
all I
outta
need
here.
now is a rope chain, dog.
Y'all hear what he's saying?
You're done.
Nope.
Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. The last thing that I would want to do in this situation is interrupt these two individuals. Let them get it out because it's just going to make that much more an entertaining fight tomorrow night. Before we get this wrapped up, let's have a round of applause for all of our athletes representing one stacked PFC 32 fight card. And the best of luck to each and every one of you as you walk through the cage door. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude our PFC 32 press conference. And in just a few minutes, we will be right back with the official PFC 32 weigh-in show. So don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back on stage in just a few minutes. Thank you.